Hey, Rachel, you can come on to the chats. Been missing you over on like West S channel. Hey, Lance, give your mama a hug unless you're sleeping. Then wake up and give her a hug. Hey, Carol. Let's see who I missed. Killdeer. We got Aiden here, Mrs. West, Rachel Knight, Killdeer Survival, Carol W. In such. Ooh, the thing got really big real fast. Cool. See, he's a good kid. You should give him ice cream. Or a lobster, whatever, I don't know, whatever kind of snacks kids eat when they live on an island in the Pacific Ocean. I wouldn't have a clue. As far as I know, y'all feed them starfish or something. And if anybody's see the hat that I'm wearing in that little picture in the middle of the screen? If anybody's seen that hat, I'd really like it back. I did find my green one, but I cannot find my desert one. It's quite annoying. That's the one I wear during the summer as a sweatband, basically. I don't know where it is. Is that like spam? Who in the chat has ever collected what are they, sand dollars? Live sand dollars out of the water. Oh, somebody's notifying me or something on something. Oh, gummy snacks. That's all right, I guess. I suppose. Probably gonna stick to the teeth. Sorry, I was checking my notifications. I should like go over and watch. I didn't know Log Cabin Looms. Thank you. Put out a video today until just now. Because I get my notifications really fast. The spam shelf was full at Walmart, but when I got there and I grabbed me a couple of cans, you know what disappears first is the cheap version, and then people goes for the name brand. I honestly, the texture's different between the store brand, the Great Value or whatever, and the name brand spam, but I can hardly tell the difference in the taste. I was actually doing some checking, and if you read all the ingredients and stuff on store-bought canned goods, you got to be really, 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 really careful about that if you're trying to do the clean thing, because yeah, the what you call it, the stuff, beef and pork are processed in the same places. Beef, pork, and chicken are all processed in the same cannery. No, Sadie, I fed you already. I'm not giving you anything else. You've gotten 5 treats already. You're fat. I've scratched your neck. I've rubbed your ears. I've scratched your back. I've done everything. I've done all my Dog owner duties. I'm not giving you good nothing else for you. Nope. You sit there and look at me at the side of your head all you want to. Quit pushing me. Now you're pushing my keyboard. You're going to start snorting at me. I'm going to ignore you. You can lay there and put your head there all you want to. She's actually quite annoying when she does this. I was playing with her earlier and she doesn't think we played enough. She's trying to trick me. She's trying to trick me. Not going to work. Because I'm the boss of you, that's all. D-Day, what's up? C103. I didn't see you sneak in here. I was talking to my dog because she's being annoying. Man, I wish I had a taco trailer. I think a guy could make a killing with a taco trailer. Especially with the right ingredients. Yes. Well, you had to be in my head for that to be funny. Oh, you were talking to Lewis? Is that where you got that food from? Ah, when did you go there? And you didn't ask me if I wanted to go. Okay. There's. I thought those were pretty good. Well, apparently we had Ponderosa. Well, somebody had it 2 days in a row. Not going to point that out about my wife. I had it for supper tonight. It was pretty good, actually. But anyway, apparently my lovely wife was at the Ponderosa yesterday and was speaking to Lewis about what do you call it? Stuff that's going on in taco trailers are becoming very popular in the UK, and he was wondering if that was true. Lay there and pout all night, dog. I'm not giving you any more of those treats. Give you gas. It's not. I would have just gone in there and ate until I was miserable. So I'm glad you just brought it home. Was that all off of one order? The what we had for supper and stuff? That's what I'm saying. You ordered food and you ate it yesterday, and then both of us ate it today. I couldn't eat it all. We apparently we're going to have Ponderosa again tomorrow. She ordered one freaking plate of food, and we're still eating on it. And I can eat. So what's everybody doing tonight on this glorious Friday? You know, I was gonna go live earlier, but I got caught up in a Bible study on another channel, and well, I was putting my 2 cents in, or 4 cents, or whatever. I think I may have threw a whole quarter at them, but I see you grew your beard back, Mark. I caught a visual of you in the Revolted Men's Rice video. Y'all ever heard of load limits on them half-ton trucks y'all running? You know, those axles only do so much. Just saying, I heard that from a friend. I'm not judging you. I hate when the chat gets slow. I'm like talking and I want to keep talking and I can't because I'm waiting for somebody to answer me and I don't know what to say. I get so lost. Yeah, my knees are hurting too. You want to hear a joke? Too late. You can hear it anyway. 3 Jamaicans walk into a bar. What does the 4th guy do? He walks around it. What's the difference between a pool shark and a billiards hustler? One of them's more aquatic than the other. I want to get a dash cam that runs all the time, but that doesn't face out. That faces in whenever me and my daughter go or my son go somewhere. Because I love making my kids laugh. And they'll say something that, and then I'll just run for 10 minutes making a fool of myself. If I need one of those. I'm gonna rig up my GoPro. I'm just gonna record all our travels from now. I don't know, Killdeer. Why? Scares the dog. When do you know it's time to jump out of a perfectly good airplane? When you see the pilot do it. Has anybody ever wondered how that dude that jumped out of the airplane or whatever, how come he didn't suffocate? Did he have like a mask on? The bank robber or whatever it was? That just seems weird. Just doesn't seem plausible. I think they made that up. Ooh, who wants to talk about the news? I saw something on the news that bothered the snot out of me. I watched the video 4 or 5 times. And I'm very, very upset. Well, I am aggravated. You can ask the missus, I was up in the living room stomping foot to foot, telling her what I'd seen and how annoyed I was and everything. The police officer trying to detain this guy in New York. Some protester got out of line or whatever. And uh, you have to mess up pretty bad for the one of the high ranking in his dress uniform police officers to try to arrest you. I mean, that's not his job anymore. He doesn't do that. But when two of those guys are trying to put handcuffs on you and the other cops come running to help, that means you did something wrong. And when somebody out of the crowd comes running up with a 2x4 and smacks one of them people on top of the head, I mean, you can see he almost went to the ground. If he hadn't been leaning away, I mean, she'd have killed him. But the officer that seen the hit happen drew his service pistol and then elected to put it back and switch to the taser. And she got a second hit in on the other officer because he didn't pop her the first time. I am disgusted by the civilian's behavior, and I'm disappointed in the officer's behavior. He could have prevented the injury to the second officer had he not second guessed himself. Yeah, exactly. C-103. Has anybody seen that video of the lady walking up and bashing the cop in the head? That was annoying. But anyway, yeah, that's where we're at, folks. That's why I don't leave the house without my brick. This was just a couple of days ago, Rachel. Shit, it ain't even been time to go uh, to court. I don't even know if she got arrested. Maybe the one they were arresting down below, but when the guy switched to the taser and shot into the crowd, the one he was aiming at, he was trying to get the woman with the stick. I guess it was a woman. Is that or somebody with man boobs? Anyway, she stepped behind other people and they got hit. I mean, he pulled the trigger on the taser. The people were leaning on the fence, but the lady with the board, she was behind him. Um, I mean, I understand why he didn't shoot because I mean he would have lost his job. He would have been facing prison. Uh, that the part of the video that showed his innocence never would have made TV or the internet. Well, it's like those people that jump out of helicopters and airplanes and stuff and then fly down the side of mountains and stuff. That's just nuts. With those little wingsuits or whatever. I mean, looks like it'd be fun, but man, you're only gonna mess up once. You're not actually flying. You're in a controlled fall. You know. Imagine what happens. You spook a crow up out of a tree. I mean, you're flying over the tops of these trees at 150 miles an hour or whatever fast they're going, and spook up a flock of starlings and get a face full of them, you know, and you flinch. And then you're flying into the trees at 150 miles an hour with nothing but your little helmet and your goggles on. Oops. You ain't gonna try that stuff around here. Get a face full of grasshoppers, you're gonna die. Swarm of honeybees, something. Yeah. You know, in Canada, on this old socialized medicine that somebody's cat thinks is the cat's meow. If, and this is from a Canadian, I mean, we spent several days in the woods together and we talked about all kinds of stuff, you know, insurance, US versus Canada, this, that. You know, when you're fishing, you got a lot of time to talk. When you're sitting there waiting for an armadillo to cook, you got a lot of time to talk. So anyway, if you're at work, you fall off a ladder and break your leg, the socialized medicine will pay for fixing your leg. If you go on vacation and decide to go snowboarding and fall off your snowboard and run into a tree and break your leg, that's on you. You have to pay. They don't pay. Now, if you get a cold or the flu or pneumonia or cancer or whatever, they pay. But if you go out and drink too much and do one too many lines of cocaine, that's on you. You have to pay. So, yeah. Almost all of your accidents happen. I mean, because what, you're at work 8 out of 24 hours on average. Not injuries during recreational activities that are deemed unsafe, snowboarding, skiing, skydiving, stuff like that are not covered under the medical program. I think there is a thing available where you can pay extra for it, but they're already taking 49 cents on the dollar for everybody in Canada. I mean, it's 49 cents on. If you make $1 in Canada, you pay 49 cents in taxes. That's everybody. I don't think there's any way out of it. That we didn't talk about a whole lot, because not everybody knows what everybody else's tax brackets are. What's that? I don't know. I was going to go into my ammo spot and check, but then I didn't because I had ice cream in the back of my truck. I like to give my wife ice cream sometimes because, well, if she gets ice cream, I get ice cream basically. And the reason I have the camera turned off, it's nothing personal. It's the internet's been really buggy today, so I'm trying to keep from circle of death in y'all into absolute boredom. Let me see if I can see what the resolution's set at. Yeah, good. Set on the phone. Let me show y'all that it's actually me and I'm here and I'm healthy. See, I don't know. But see, it's real grainy, and if I leave it like this for very long, it'll mess up. Why is it all zoomed in again? I hate it when it messes up like that. It's annoying. Howdy, T-Bore. Well, 6.5 wasn't that common anyway, D-Day. And it's not, they're having a little bit of trouble getting ammo around here, but the biggest problem is there's so many people buying. I mean, they go in and they check the ammo stores every day. And if there's a box of ammo, even if it's not their brand, they buy it. We've got those guys now that they all show up in the same pickup, and they'll go in and they buy their, I think it's a 3-box minimum, and they'll grab their ammo. The first guy pays out, turns around, hands his debit card to the next guy. They ring it up. He pays out. He turns around, hands it to the next guy. Those guys are back. And so it's America. It's a free country. You can do whatever you want to. You can bend the rules all over the place if you want to. But it's America. If I'm the last guy in line and all I get is one box, and therefore I don't get hardly any range time because you want to put all that stuff in your basement, don't expect me to give you a hot dog when the grocery stores quit working. Well, I'll give you a hot dog, but it's going to cost you about a case of 9mm for one hot dog. And I'm not heating the hot dog up for you. The bun is going to be extra. No, T-Board, I've got my internet's jacked up. I've got my camera turned off. If I turn the camera on, it starts lagging real bad. So there's no video. See, look, I can show you. See, it's working perfectly fine. I'm just not running the camera because it keeps the stream going. Anybody in the side chat over here want to jump on? I could do that crazy thing where I put the link over here in the chatter box. Y'all doesn't do the little exploding circle when I talk. I stare at it and it makes me go sleepy. I wish it would let me bounce it back and forth. I would be like, stare into my eyes. You're getting sleepy. Why? You don't tell me stop. I tell you stop. Come on, let me see. Let me see if I'm gonna try. I'm gonna put the. Well, how the crap? Oh, there it is. I was like, I can't remember how to do this. Okay. Now then, I will not let anybody pop up on the screen that I do not know. I will keep you in the basement for eternity. That was for the trolls that aren't chatting. Did you know there's a way you can get a bot and you can come into chats and stuff and people don't even know you're in there? I had an average on mine and AIDS 3 hour, almost 4 hour long live stream the other day. The average view duration, the night of the thing, the average view duration was 20 something minutes, which is, yeah, that's cool. Because people come in, they get knocked out, come in, they get knocked out, come in, they get knocked out. But I checked it today because I was like, wow, where did all the views go? I mean, it wasn't showing all the views. The average view duration was down to 1 minute and 20 seconds or something like that. It's like they took away all the views from the people that actually were there at the beginning and said goodnight at the end, and left only the people that came in, said hey, and left. There's Killdeer. All right, hey, that's fine. I'll give y'all somebody to look at and do it like that.
Scary.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah, how's it going, Wes?
Look, I thought I had a shiny head.
Yeah, well, I cut it like that.
In a forehead race, you win.
Yeah. This is the first year I left my beard in, so I'm mowing the top.
There you go. I always thought that the beard, let's do it like this. That
Yeah,
looks
that's
better. I always thought the beard was going to make me hot because I always shaved it off in the summer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did too.
And this is the first year I've left it full blown beard. I'd keep whiskers, but my face stays cooler. It's like I have a shade tree stuck to my face. I don't. It's who would have thunk it? God knew what He was doing when He gave us a freaking beard.
Yeah. Oh,
it explains a lot. I mean, the sweatiest parts of your body, your head, your armpits, and other places, has hair.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I think it's called evaporative cooling. You get to sweat and your beard gets wet, the breeze blows through it. Next thing you know, it cools off your neck, cools off your blood. The Beaumont resident. I should know where Beaumont is. Because that's like, wait a minute. It can't be Beaumont, Texas. Because he's like from Michigan or something.
Man, my yards are all getting burned up. They're already on every 2 weeks now.
Rachel, if you grow a beard, that's hold on.
Yeah, I don't know.
That'd be a little weird.
It'd be Wes and Killdeer and the bearded lady.
Hey, Lance, give your mama a big kiss and say, "No beard, mama."
No fuzzy.
Oh man, don't even get me started on the ear hair. See one up there. I got like it's a constant war here. I'm thinking about, instead of just buying new sunglasses, letting my eyebrows go ahead and grow and just do a comb over. So
Yeah, I know that.
my
Some of these.
if my forehead would grow hair as fast as my eyebrows do, I wouldn't have as much forehead.
Yeah, that's the way lose like that. He used to have wings. Yeah, I mean it looked like he did eyeliner on his eyelashes. That's how thick they were, and they just curved up. And this girl trimmed them off. He he wasn't with her very long, but now she's with staying at my brother. She was with my brother, but now she's staying with my brother.
I always had eyebrows. I mean, I can show you pictures of back in the day. I mean, it's a genetic trait for my family. We all have dark, thick eyebrows.
Y'all have woolly worms?
But they're not, they weren't disgusting or anything.
Yeah.
And they do like eyelashes. They grow out so long and they quit. You didn't have to worry about them.
Right.
This lady that cuts hair, and 3 times in a row, she said, "Do you want me to trim your eyebrows?" I'm like, "No, don't trim them. They've never been trimmed. That's natural. Leave them alone." The 4th time I went, she didn't ask. Before I knew what was going on, she ran the comb through them and cut them down to stubble. And now they grow like weeds. They have ever since. She has never cut my hair again, nor my kids' hair, nor my wife's hair. No, she lost the whole fan. Anybody else that I know.
Yeah. I just take the shears to it. I don't care anymore. There ain't enough to take. There ain't nothing they can do with it anyhow. Yeah. I end up with this patch right here, and then this just around the top. I mean, down the sides, but I end up with a patch. That's like, man.
My brother was getting that patch on the front, and then his forehead was meeting his bald spot in the back.
Yeah.
But Rachel, that reminds me of my oldest grandson by 2 weeks. Anyway, he was all excited, making sure that we all saw his upper lip. He's got a shadow now. Boy, he's got a mustache. He's all excited about it. He's like, "Whoa, look, I have a mustache. I'm going to have to start shaving." We're like, "No, don't shave it, man. Just wear that puppy. Run with it." The teachers or anybody tells you anything, says, "No, that's against my religion to shave."
Yeah. Mine come in blonde, so you really couldn't see it. Yeah.
Well, he's got light brown hair and jet black whiskers on his lip.
Oh boy, that's gonna stand out.
It is. When his chin whiskers come in, I'll be willing to bet they're red.
Red, yeah.
His dad, if he's got any of his dad in him at all, which they look, I mean, when you show his sister picture of his daddy whenever he was the same age as her brother, then I see then she'll say, "There's Bubba." No, that's not your brother.
Yeah, I know. It's like my dad. I never really thought of it when I was younger. But now I turned around and took a picture of myself one day, and I'm like, that looks like my dad. I know it was just a picture of me. Yeah.
There we go.
Hey, Ed, how's it going?
Now there's three
Not
of
bad,
us.
mate. You're right. Oh, hang on, got me. Yeah, mic's on.
Yeah, we can hear you
Cool.
and see you.
Yeah,
I'm
not like last time, Kildare.
Yeah.
I got a better mic. My mic wasn't working last time, so I got a new one.
Cool.
I braid my beard when my wife goes to work, and then I take it out when she comes home.
Your beard? What?
Yeah.
Uh,
I braid it and put little
oh,
unicorn ear clippings in it, and then go outside and do yard work like that. That's how I roll. But if I don't take it out before she comes home, she won't keep her hands off of me.
yeah, 'cause she wants to smack you around. Going, what you been doing today?
It's a little painful.
See, here's for instance, this is. Oh man, get rid of the notifications, the message. Oh, here's a picture of my dad. Oh no, if I can get it to focus in. Oh, it's not quite coming in. It's almost there. But the glasses and the beard.
Well, you just need get a little bit more white in there.
I know it. I know it.
I have a. I don't know if I've ever showed y'all this. I gotta find a place to put it up. Where did it go? I have a poster that says "No hipsters allowed" or whatever, but I keep not doing my broom because I'm lazy. So
Nope. That ain't bad.
because if I run my video Beaumont, then it lags the stream out because my computer is DOS.
What? I have a fly in my hair. You got a fly in your hair. Yes, I hear buzzing in my ear. You can hear it buzzing in your hair. All right.
That's demonetized. I'll turn my camera on.
You look naked, Kildare.
Yeah, I'll be right back. Oh, I lose. That's because I don't have a t-shirt. I got my shorts on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, no jumping up and showing everybody your free willy.
No.
Oh.
I gotta get up and go help her get the fly out of her hair. Yeah. All right, fine. It's gone.
The
See, that's what I don't like about these.
They carry with me when I go to town, in case anybody wondered.
Hey, CT, you all right?
Hey, Steve. Corsair Trainers, good evening.
What's up, Steve? Hey, Steve, will you teach me how to be tactical shooting with this? Do speed shooting and stuff? I want to be I want to be like Clint Eastwood.
Didn't ask your old lady.
Hard. Do you feel lucky? Really?
I seen her shoot.
Dude, I can drive nails with this thing.
Oh, yeah.
I can't quickly. I can't hit crap with a semi-automatic though.
Yeah, that reload throws you off.
This thing here. Well, no, after the first 3 shots, I lose the sight picture completely. But I don't know. That's what I grew up shooting. Literally that exact make of gun. That's what I learned to shoot a handgun with.
I was reading what Steve had to say about you.
Oh, that's funny, Corsair. And I want to get her in classes. She's saying she never gets to shoot her pistol, so she might as well sell it. That'd
be like pulling teeth.
That's like communism.
Yeah.
It's like,
You paid $45 for it. There's no way you want to sell that.
I mean,
No.
yeah, that's her other selling point. She goes, it's not. She could sell it for half price and still come out okay.
Yeah.
Do a video on how to shoot a Beretta, Steve. What is wrong with my camera? How come everybody else is normal sized and I'm like, bleh. That's all I had to do was that.
Yeah.
It was just off the screen just a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, you want fat close-ups, yeah.
Anyways, have you looked up the Algonquin squash yet? Yes, I would love to have some of those seeds. Did you get those from the same place, or you were Chris over at the Wooded Bear?
Might be needing that Glock when the rifle runs out.
But yes, Beaumont, I'd love to have some of those. They're a summer squash, eh? Yes, the Beaumont Chris over at the Wooded Beardsman had some of those, and I didn't know where he got them. I don't know if he was able to grow them or not. I don't know if we can grow them down here. If they're a summer squash, probably. If they're a cool weather squash, maybe not. I don't know.
Be right back.
Okay. Yeah, she's actually got two sidearms. Her 22 revolver is actually super cool. It took some doing, but the revolver she has has only got a 6-inch barrel. I grew up with shooting one of those that had a 9-inch barrel. It was the Longhorn double non, and this is the exact service revolver. Not this one. I would kill to have the one he had, but grip and everything. This is the exact service revolver my brother carried. So, back in the day, and he learned to shoot when he was 20. They put him through a class for it when he was 21, and he taught me to shoot it when I was 15, I guess, 16. Okay, but you got some extra. Yeah, the well going out right in the middle of the heat wave down here took out our garden, but most of it. We're going to harvest and pickle okra tomorrow. So. Well, that's the plan.
Hi, Clifford.
Lord willing. Hey, Clifford. And see, I need to start doing this on my laptop because I could do this from out on the porch.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I wish I wish the
Has
internet.
anybody gone out the comment yet? Has everybody gone and looked at the comment before it's gone tonight? Last night. So, I'm just saying, that's your public service announcement from West House about the comet. We actually went and looked at it night before last. It's actually pretty cool. You gotta use binoculars. But when you zoom in, it looks just like the little star on the emoji thing that kind of goes, it's got a round tail and then there's a star at the end. Okay. I think it's cool. It's in the northwestern sky. But it's going to be pretty dim. So you're supposed to still be able to see it tonight. Tonight's the last night you're supposed to be able to see it. I tried to look at it for a while ago, but the sun was still up. And then I decided to go live. And it would be rude to walk outside now. So.
No, I forgot it.
I guess I could go open my laptop and go to my channel and then click on, I could go to this channel from my other channel and then click on the link and I could join my own live stream.
Then we'd have to deal with two of you.
No, I just wanted me because I would just shut up. So.
It'd be like, whoa, wait a minute, that's confusing.
Oh, cloudy. That the first night we found out about it, we couldn't see it. Yeah, like right at nightfall is the time to get it. You can see it for up for about an hour and a half after nightfall. See, like right now, if I went outside, I could probably find it. But as the Earth turns. See, now I want night vision. Yeah, gummit. I didn't think about that. The available light lenses, I would like to see it through available light. And when we saw it, it was actually a bit hazy. So we're still. They say that dust isn't still here, but what the heck is in the air? I don't know about y'all, but here in Texas, the air is just dirty. It's like
it's hard to say here. The pollen is crazy. Well, everybody's mowing, their yards are just burning up, and it's just throwing dust everywhere.
Well, yeah. I haven't been through the residential part of town in forever, so I wouldn't know what it looks like over there. I'm just trying to get my yard going. The part of the chicken yard and stuff, because we used to feed the goats and the chickens in the same place, and I'd throw them hay, some Bermuda and stuff. Anyway, when I tilled the ground, boom, Bermuda come up everywhere. There was apparently grass seed in that hay. Who would have thought? And I've been taking that Bermuda and digging it up and putting it in my yard, which the goats had grazed down to nothing. And it's a process. I've got about a 10 by 10 plot of grass now.
Gotta let the dog out.
Okay, smog. We don't got smog here. Well, sort of. We got, maybe that's methane rising up off of the dairy. That's possible, I suppose. Everybody check their. Yeah, probably cow farts. If everybody check your papers daily and make sure that nobody's trying to put a dairy in next to you, it will end your world. Now, a small mom and pop dairy where they're running, 15, 20 cows, that's cool. But you don't want 600 or 800 cows next to you.
No.
I mean, feedlots, I would rather have a feedlot than that dairy. Yeah, I don't know how many they got, but they got stupid. I mean, sopping, oozing, gooey poo everywhere. Dude, they have since they opened Dairy 2 over there, they've had to dig. They dig the one pit. It wasn't big enough. They had to go in and double the size. It still wasn't big enough, so they had to go in and put in a second pit, holding pit, the same size as the big one that they did, and it isn't keeping up.
Wow.
With the washout from the dairy. And that's only that washout pit is half a mile from my front door.
Oh man.
Yep. And it used to be a mile from the dairy.
Battery actually behind my house.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the summer,
Steve's got
that
you
was
on that
bad,
one.
really bad. Free eggs though.
My
That's one of the
brother.
things.
My brother lives where he lives. It was just a little piece of the corner of property where the new bridge the new road cut the corner off. He lives there, but he has to take care of the guy's hog barns that he has. And that hog, you can smell those hogs all the time.
I grew up in a little village community, what would you call that place I grew up in? Spot in the road? Anyway, that
Bumfuck nowhere.
yeah, people had chickens and cows and pigs and stuff in their backyard. It never stopped.
No.
Because, you get 2 or 3 animals here and the people are taking care of the animals. As in, okay, we're not just going to leave this around and push it in a giant pile.
Right.
And it'd be all right if they, like in a feedlot, the stuff gets trampled around and then they push it into a pile and they take it in, they put it in a place to compost. But in the dairy, they push everything into a pit, and then all of the washout water from the milking barns and stuff goes down there. So it stays a sopping, oozing, festering pit of disgustingness.
Well, they make like ponds here for that, and then they suck that out of the ponds and they spray that across the pastures for nitrogen. That's what they do up here. And then the turkey barns really like, they sell all that. That's worth more than the turkeys that are in the barns, is what comes up out of the barns. But anyhow.
Okay, y'all entertain everybody.
Entertain.
Yeah, y'all entertain it. It's up to you. Y'all just read in the chat and staring blankly at the screen. You'll have to be entertaining and educational.
I'm eating Frank's.
Yeah, no dairy farms in the city. But now you got to smell all the city. All the exhaust fumes. And all the wet pavement. All the concrete. Yeah, you don't, there's one time I went to help my brother. All I had to do is keep the turkeys in the barn. It's basically stay out that door, and they was bringing all the chicken poo out of this one and bringing it over and spreading it in this one to where it compost more. And we had to leave all the chickens in, and I parked a good 300 yards away from the building. I got out there, that car it still smelled like those turkey barns a month or two later. It had flies in it. God, I had a good 100 flies in it. It's like, man, I'm glad I don't have to live like that. But my brother, he comes over and you can smell that hog barns on him. It's like, man, I'm glad I don't have everything I own smell like a hog barn. He don't smell it because his nose has got no nose numb to it. You know, he can't smell it.
Yeah, you get used to it, don't you, after a while?
Mm-hmm. Well, sometimes he does smell worse than the hogs. My brother sours when he sweats. Yeah. Well, Rachel in here says some people smell worse than hogs. I said, well, that's
Yeah, they
him
do.
too. That's him too. Yeah.
Anybody that has a Facebook account, FYI, all of my friends on Facebook have all of a sudden started sending me video links to videos I don't care to watch. Do not private message me a video link because I won't watch it.
I don't
But
think I have you on Facebook.
here's the deal. A couple of people that I know aren't going to do what these videos are being sent. This last link that was sent is a porno. Okay. So somebody has hacked Facebook again, and that's why I had all kinds of trouble with my account before because somebody private messaged me a video link and I clicked play
Yeah.
and it wasn't. So I strongly say if you want to share a video, if you feel strongly enough about a video to share it on Facebook, share it to your timeline.
Oh yeah.
Don't send it to people in private messages because don't watch it. Not if they got any sense at all. And Messenger is where the virus, that's how they get your account. There's too many firewalls on your main page. But you give them permission to speak to your computer when you click Messenger. You open the door for them. So anyway, there my rant. It's over.
Yeah.
Are y'all? Mrs. West said I'm supposed to berate you two because y'all not entertaining.
Hey, I was entertained. I was telling a story.
Yeah, and he just came back in, you know.
What's that?
We're talking
What's
about
that,
chickens and people who smell like hogs and how crap the city is. It smells of rotten burgers and kebabs.
That Aid is to tell a story about his last camping trip. Oh well,
my last camping trip was actually in Poland, and I've gone shooting for a weekend.
Cool.
Yeah, and it was kind of cool. I've been to Poland shooting 6 times.
I think the last time I went camping, I bought this shirt because it's a floating with Bill W. shirt, but it's an AA shirt. But it was a men's float trip that we went on.
Cool.
And those men's float we got down there, and guess what the name of the tribe is? They call it, this is the Slapaho tribe. I'm like, oh God, you guys are from St. Louis, ain't you? And most of them are, yeah. They ain't like from I'm from the central Missouri, kind of down central, and we got the lake here, and then turn around and go on a float trip with a bunch of guys that are from St. Louis. It's crazy. You can tell who don't camp at all. And all these city boys trying to camp. It's funny.
Yeah, you can tell, can't you? Because they got all the gear, and they make the campsite So
Mhm.
they make the campsite look like the living room.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
and it's like, you're not in your living room.
Yeah.
And
They got.
I've seen a bunch of men, right,
Hmm.
and they're washing their plates and stuff as they actually finish because they've got nothing else to do. When
Yeah.
there's the whole countryside, just throw it all in a bucket of water. Do it all when it's in one go. Not eat your food, wash your pot, eat your food, wash your pot, and then the other guy comes along and then eats the food and washes the pot. Just throw it all in the bucket. Enjoy the countryside, and then just rinse it off when the water soaked it. It's just so much easier.
Right. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
I've seen them bring their own portaloos. Little chemical flushing toilets, and they get a gazebo from Argos, so like really cheap. You can probably get from Walmart really cheap. And
Right.
they put the gazebo up and they put the little flushing toilet in, and it's like, what are you doing? Just bag in a bucket and throw it in the bin because there's bins there for that sort of thing,
Right.
And they just spend so much time. I'm just there watching them. It's like crazy. When I went camping in Poland, these were actually on ex-Russian military sites. So I've camped on an ex-Russian Air Force base,
Mhm.
and a tank yard as well.
That'd be weird.
Yeah. If any of you want to Google Afgarak 4, 5, and 6 in Poland, Afgarak, yeah, you might see pictures of me knocking about. And that's airsoft. I used to play a lot of airsoft until a couple of years ago.
What's that? Oh,
It's
like
6mm, 6mm BB, but my two guns, well, my long barrel was £350 because it's like top notch, and I've got a short barrel for Fibula or CQB. That was £180. That was on special offer as well, so try and get rid of them. I've also got a Beretta, and I've got a TM Colt, which is a custom job as well. I used to play full. I don't do skirmishing. Skirmishing is just a pain in the backside, yeah. But I used to do full milsim.
I was
And it was
watching
good fun.
some airsoft guys play. There's this kid that I've been watching him play airsoft for 3 years now. I don't ever want to be on the other team. This guy is deadly. But anyway,
yeah.
because I used to play paintball, which is totally different than airsoft. But
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You either do one or the other in the UK. You don't do both. It
but all
really
these
is
guys
like that.
with their compounds and their little mags and stuff, they really should all have identical airsoft gear to their field weapons, and they should practice killing each other on their property. I mean, I'm sorry. No, I mean this is how we're going to defend. I've done. There's
Right.
like there are
Milsim,
about
full milsim airsoft,
57,000 holes in your perimeter, dude.
full military sim airsoft, I believe, is a good training weapon. Now you don't get a lot of ex-soldiers doing the skirmishing, but the full mil sim, there's lots of regular soldiers, police armed response, and ex-soldiers that do it. And in fact, when I go to Poland, Polish military law specifically states that soldiers cannot wear Polish military uniform when they're off duty. Now because all the airsoft teams in Poland have either regular soldiers or ex-soldiers in the team, they can't wear Polish gear. So all the main teams, they have their own sets of camouflage. Now the team that I play with use all French gear. So I've actually got upstairs a load of French camouflage gear, which I use just for Poland. There's another team, they just wear British DPM. There's another team that just wears Marpat or Cadpat or Woodland. and some of them are quite strict about the guns, and some aren't. So the guys that wear a guy I know on Facebook, I've talked to him quite a lot. It's called Jack. Now the team he's in, they all wear British DPM. All of them either have FN fouls or SA80s, and some of the newbies, they have M4s and stuff. The team that I play with, all of them either have FAMASs or M4s, and they're kind of strict about it as well. There's leagues and all sorts in Poland. It's a very strict game.
I'm gonna comment on Tibor's little deal where he's talking about people going on long canoe trips or whatever, and they've never done it before. Dude, that canoe trip I took in South Texas, that almost broke me from ever wanting to get in a canoe again. But that was my bad. I mean, I should have known better, but I was so ready to cut my canoe in half and throw it in the river when it was over. I mean, like literally 2/3 of the way through, I swore to God I would never get back on the river again.
Hey, C103, that's one of the rivers I float. That and the Current.
There wasn't no float this thing. There was one drop in, and the takeout. If you didn't paddle it, you were looking at 12 hours. So you had to keep your boat moving the whole time if you
That
wanted to
sounds
make
like
it.
the Gasconade River that we floated. I mean, it was nice. It had a nice grade to it, but it was so wide. And when you got, 30, 40-yard wide creek, it ain't moving very fast.
Tibor, I came out of that canoe 5 times. Would be aiming for a spot in the rapids where I could go through, and if the river was down was the problem. The river was too low. We shouldn't have gone. When we got to the rapids, the fall, there wasn't enough
water
for my boat to clear. So the front of my canoe would hit a rock and stall, and then the water would push me one way or the other, and it would tip my canoe to the side. And next thing you know, I'm sideways and all over. I lost my seat out of my canoe. I lost cigarettes, my lighter, my pride.
Was you solo or was you solo?
It was me. Well, Bob Hensler. There was 5 other YouTubers.
How many was in your canoe?
It was a one part. It was a
solo
8.5-foot canoe, dude.
Yeah, that's why. Because then when you go two people in like an 18-foot canoe, you got a person that at least steers the front of it while you're going down it.
Well, the water was so low that halfway through we had to find a sandbar, roll my canoe upside down, and put duct tape on it. Went another 2 miles. Had to find another sandbar after 2 more sets of rapids. Another sandbar. Flip my canoe up again and retape it because it had ripped the holes open again.
Yeah,
I've got it with right now.
There was one time on Jack's Fork River that I dragged the rivet off of my aluminum canoe, and it wasn't my canoe; it was one of those rentals. Yeah, and the water started coming. It was like a little drinking fountain. It came up at like 6 inches, just straight up in the air through that rivet hole. I'm thinking, what can I do? And I had to grab my ammo box. It's like, and the first thing I could think of is back when I was young, I used to pull these racers off these pencils, and I would roll them around crayons and make a ball. And I used to get wax stuck in these holes, and I thought, wax in a hole. Wax is waterproof. So I went to digging through my ammo box, found my couple of emergency candles I had in there, and I just took that candle and dragged it across that rivet, and it filled up with wax, and it floated the whole rest of the 2-day trip with that.
Nice.
Well, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, yeah, we can get back on the airsoft if y'all
Mhm.
want to, because I really think that's an excellent. I mean,
Training opportunity.
It
I mean,
is, yeah. Thank you. Someone's finally said it.
I could see how that would. That'd give you the
You're
more
shooting
instinct,
a moving target
right?
that's
And more,
camouflaged and with a brain.
yeah. It's like pull or
Maybe.
not pull that trigger or not pull that trigger. Yeah. It's like
and they've got airsoft out there now that 50-yard shots, sniper shots. I mean, yeah, 50-yard sniping. That sounds funny, but you're talking at. I mean, I think the safety regs keep you down at 380 foot per second on the BBs, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, in England, fully automatic, it's 350 FPS. But if you've got a single shot, like a Springer, like a bolt action sniper rifle, it's 500 FPS. But you got a lot of sites give you a minimum distance for your sniper rifles. King Arms actually make a Barrett, an 8mm Barrett airsoft that's guaranteed at 80 meters, which is about 90 yards.
wow.
And that's guaranteed. But if you take people who've taken those to sites, they get given a minimum distance. Minimum distance to engage.
Yeah, that
And if
kid
you've
that I
got
watched,
£3,500, you can get the M134A.
he shot his
And I've seen that.
sniper
I've seen
rifle
that
enough. He pops people at 100 yards all the time. And
15,000 round backpack magazine. Yeah, it just minces. It's great.
if I paddle with someone in the front, I just need them to backpedal left or right, or go forward. Don't steer from the front.
Yeah.
No, I'm not a canoeer, so I don't know nothing about all that.
I've not been canoeing at school. I think I was doing my Duke of Edinburgh. I was like 15, 16 maybe when I last time I was in a canoe.
Well, what's really hard about it is when they switch sides from the front. When they're in the front and they switch from left to right, that really screws up the sternsman. But if you're a good front man, you can paddle out to make it go this way, or you can paddle in, towards you, which will make it go to the right. If you know what you're doing, you can paddle. But really, basically, the person in the front is the motor, and the guy in the back just steers. But it used to drive me crazy. Yeah,
I'm just learning this stuff, and me and my daughter both. We're just learning this. It's great fun. I've thought about going with somebody that knows what they're doing, but everybody I know that does it all the time, they're cocky as crap. And I don't want to learn from somebody like that that's going to yell at me and tell me what I'm doing wrong.
right.
And I'll just kick back in the deal. I'll let you paddle me around the lake.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll explain what you need to do, but then when you get stuck on that rock and flip, I'm gonna laugh. What is today?
Well, the biggest thing is, I mean, there's only when you're trying to take a canoe that's got 6 inches of draft through 4 inches of water, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
The guys in the kayaks, they were going right over everything.
Yeah.
Which actually one of the kayak dudes wound up in the water. And same thing, hit a boulder with the front of the boat, and it turned sideways, and next thing you know, they're laying over sideways. And it's just, it was not the time to be in the deal. And then 2 days later, there was so much water going through that thing, you couldn't have caught me in that river to save my life.
That's the way it was when we went down to St. Francis. St. Francis River they got a 5-mile section that they have kayak rodeos on ESPN, and that was pretty wild. I was sitting here watching. watching these kayak rodeos on, from St. Francis, and that's the river I floated down. But it took us all day long to go 5 miles because you come up on a bluff, you can't see where you're going. And with an open canoe, you got to stop and see because it'll look like it goes this way, but all the water ends up going to the left instead of to the right. And we had to get
Yep.
out at every time we seen that and look to see which way we had to go down through it. But the week before, the CNN had kayak rodeos there, and they had to cancel because of floodwaters. And then we floated it after the water went down.
Yeah, I figured out that do not follow the guy with the big old 14-foot kayak because he don't have any draft at all. I mean, you can't flip that thing with a bulldozer, and he can go through them rapids anywhere he wants to. So don't follow him because he don't care. He's just going to go through. I figured that out. That was 2 of my dumps, and then after that, I tried my own spot.
Well, and plus, when you're in rapids, you need a flat bottom canoe, not one that has a keel along the bottom of it. One that has a keel all the way down the middle of the bottom of it. Those are lake canoes. Those are
Mine's flat bottom.
Yeah.
But you got 220 pounds worth of guys sitting in an 8.5 foot canoe. I mean, come on.
Oh God. Yeah, that's definitely well overloaded.
It said 250 pounds.
But you hit that.
No, not until I got water in the boat. First time I fell out, I came with wet clothes, I was over the limit.
Yeah.
Before that, I was well under it. They didn't have anything with me,
Yeah.
So I didn't bring my camera. That's why there's no videos. I did not bring my camera gear with me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm so glad.
Yeah. We floated the flood down here. It was like 1 foot underneath the bridge when we got in the water, but it was 4 foot by the time we got to it. And then the flood after that, it took the bridge out. And
do they do kayaking and canoeing and stuff in Great Britain, Abe? I mean,
yeah, you can do. We've got one of the things that a lot of people do. We have a very large canal system. You actually have canals out in the Midwest where they've irrigated the area, and I think you call them wide beams, but we call them canal barges. They're only about 7 foot wide. A lot of people have canoe on that quite a lot. A lot of people canoe down the River Thames. That's a thing. You start at the very top of the River Thames, and you end up going into the outskirts of London, and then you got the River Trent, which goes through Yorkshire and Nottinghamshire and other counties, and a lot of people canoe on there as well. Kayaking is quite a big thing. Solo kayaking.
Yeah.
Well, I took my canoe to Paint Rock when I was on my way down there. I was going to get out, and I don't know. Did I ever put that video of the? I don't think I ever put that. I got to finish editing it. Paint Rock was flooded, man. It was scary, dude. And I was like, I don't think I'll put my canoe in now. Because the water was literally touching the parking lot. And it's like a 50-yard walk from the parking lot to where you fish. And it was water. And yeah, it was a little flooded. But you never know when that river's going to do that. So the people that live there do because they send warnings down way or whatever. But if you're coming in from 2 hours away, you don't know. So I want to go to Florida with some kayaks and stuff. I'd like to get around the Lehigh, Fort Myers area and stuff. They got
River. Yeah, that's a big long river. That's in North Florida as well, I think, Santa Fe. I've seen that on TV. A lot of people do rafting and canoeing up there.
I've got to get in better shape and better with a canoe kayak thingy or whatever before I go down there, because I don't want to get showed up by Smolo.
Yeah, if you're canoeing and boating on English rivers and canals, and you've got to wear your life jacket by law.
Yeah.
I wear mine anyway. I'm sorry. I don't care how good you are. I don't care how cool you want to be. If I'd have hit my head, which I got bruised up on falling out of that boat, if any one of those times it had been my head instead of my leg, what? I mean,
Yeah.
not that hard-headed. I mean,
You can't
I
bust rocks with it, can you?
I do not want to drown. I mean, I wear, when I get in my, you've seen it on Instagram, when I get in the canoe, if I get on a freaking, what do you call it? Pontoon boat, I've got my vest on. I don't want to drown. The last holiday we had here, there were 3 funerals from the lake. Not interested. Water kills you.
Mm-hmm.
And these are all people that could swim. They could swim just fine.
Can't swim if they're unconscious.
Yeah, I was gonna say can't swim, knocked out. Pretty much the same thing. You just said it faster than I did.
And what's that one lady, that actress that just died? She could swim. She slipped, bashed her head, fell off her boat, and left her kid on the boat by himself while she.
Oh yeah, that one.
No, I think you have to actually, if you're canoeing, I think you have to wear a helmet as well by law. I think, but you definitely have to wear a life jacket by law if you're on a boat on the water.
I can see why you would if you was kayaking, because down here they like rolling the kayak and you can roll it and get back upright. But they're the sealed up kayaks, you know.
Yeah. A lot of people on the canals can use those with the they put the little plastic rubber skirt, don't they, over the hole? Yeah, keep the water out.
If I went back to bicycle riding, I would wear a helmet. I mean, there were so many times I had headaches for days, and it's just a miracle I didn't wind up going into convulsions or something. I don't care whether you're on a bicycle or a motorcycle. Yeah. You come off that puppy at 30 miles an hour, that's pavement.
Yeah,
it's going to hurt. And we don't have to have wear a helmet to ride a bike in Texas. And guess what? I ride with a helmet because you know what? I don't want to die.
It's not the law here. You don't have to wear a helmet on a bicycle here. I actually don't.
Well, you don't have to wear. There's not a law on bicycles. Some states still have the helmet law on the motorbikes. And in Texas, technically, if you don't have enough insurance, you can't ride without one. You have to have full coverage, and you have to have a low deductible and everything. And
I used to get Easy Rider magazine years ago, and they had a list of all the states that allowed helmet laws or not.
It just, I'm sorry. I mean, I've put a lot of people in the ground in my lifetime. Not me personally, but I've been to the hole in the ground, and just wear the helmet. I mean, just wear the helmet. Because the first 3 motorcycle wrecks I was in, they weren't my fault. They were people who watch too much TV and think a guy on a bike can do miraculous things and not get hurt. No, you're actually pretty limited to what you can pull off on a motorcycle. You can't do a J-turn on a motorcycle and avoid a collision. I can in a car,
Yeah.
not on a motorcycle. You can dump the bike and roll down the pavement and,
Yeah.
not slam into somebody's car at 55, but now you're out of motorcycle and you're spending a couple of months in the hospital. Unless you're wearing leather, which who wants to wear leather pants with skid plates on the side during the summer because it's 90 degrees. Let's go for a ride. Oh yeah. People are like, oh, it's a beautiful day. I'm gonna go for a ride. And then they put their jeans and their boots on and a t-shirt and they jump on their bike and they're all button. I'm like, better hope grandma don't run that stop sign. Because it's gonna hurt.
You're different.
Okay, Beaumont, that's where you went. You went what? You went away and what? Woodbeard is 1 million subscribers now.
Is he really?
Who follows Riverbend Longbows in here? Y'all should do that because he's like,
I probably do.
he's almost as cool as me, almost. He did a
channel.
web
That's enough for me.
for Woodbeard or whatever. It's funny as crap. He nailed Woodbeard in that video. It's funny. It makes me want to do it. I'm thinking of it. I think it would be funny to make fun of the now famous Woodbeard. I subscribed to that guy he didn't have any subscribers when I subscribed to him. And now he's like 1 million subscribers. And I can't break 5,000 to save my butt. I didn't think I was ever going to break 100.
Yeah.
You got to put out every day. You got to get the analytics going. Right, I actually watch how to build your YouTube up so I can do the opposite, not to build my YouTube up because I'm not professional. You're professional, Wes. So you need to be putting out every day. You got to keep putting out the content, keep sharing the content, and just keep pumping at it all the time. It doesn't matter what you do. Even put variety out. Doesn't just have to be purely bushcraft and survival. Do some engineering stuff. Do some stick your when you're far away from home. Yeah, when you like I said, next time you go to Lubbock, just stick your camera in the front of the car and record as you drive around, and then stick it up. That's what you got to do. You got to keep on putting out content all the time, and then that raises your analytics, then puts you into trending. And if you really hurt yourself or nearly kill yourself, that's when your video is going to go viral, because that's what people like. People like misery and doom and gloom. Just look at soap operas. Yeah, that's what people want. So if you do something dangerous and you actually hurt yourself, you're going to get a lot of views for that. Yeah, so that's what you got to do.
Absolutely, Mrs. West. My buddy's dealing with a broken hip right now, and it was like 2 weeks after he had his surgery. They're trying to get him to walk, and he busted a bone in his foot trying to walk. They was trying to get him. Yeah.
But Beaumont, I would love to get with Greg Evans, man. Me and him would own anything we did.
Hello.
I can't believe he sunk the Bismarck again, though. But that was funny. No, I don't know for sure. I don't want to spoiler alert. I got a sneaky feeling that if the borders are open, which I don't know that they are, I think he can get a deal because it's his job. But anyway, I'm about 80%. that there's a Canadian in Texas right now, and
He needs to be an Englishman right now.
he may not be here yet. He may be coming in the fall, but I'm pretty sure there's a Canadian. I wasn't invited. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm not joining that club. I don't want to join no club. I just want to ride.
Is your bike on the road yet, Kildare?
No, I can't get insurance on it because I don't have my driver's license yet. So I can't get my plates until I get insurance put on it. And I had it put in my name instead of my mom's or my wife's name, so they got driver's license, they got insurance for it. But it's ready.
I've not got a driver's license myself, mate. I've never needed needed a car.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I never.
To run a car in the UK, you're looking at £2,000 to £3,000 a year.
Gas or just maintenance?
Gas, maintenance, MOT, road tax,
Yeah.
insurance.
Road taxes. Yeah.
Yeah, we have to pay a road tax and an MOT certificate. That's the Ministry of Transport certificate. So the car's roadworthy.
Yeah.
So basically, if you keep your car nice, go to an MOT garage, the guy lifts the hood up, looks at your engine, goes, "That's very nice. £300, please." We're literally five minutes. And if you run a taxi, you've got to do your normal MOT. Then you've got to do your local MOT. But around where I am, the council will say you've got to go and do your normal MOT first. You go and do your normal MOT, pay for all the bits that you need fixing, and then see your car's ticket. So you know your taxi's tickety boo. Then you go to the council transport depot, and the guy just goes, "Yeah, nice," and then you got to pay another £300.
Mm-hmm.
You literally drive in, just drive around the circle, and drive out again, and get charged £300 for that. And then you've got to have a minimum of third party insurance. That's law as well. And then your road tax. Now, if you've got a private car, it's not too much. If it's over a 2-litre engine, that goes right up. If it's a commercial vehicle, it goes up even more. And then like fuel on top. And if you got to go into the city, you've got to pay for parking. So you are looking at £2,000 to £3,000 a year just to run your car. And I've never needed one, so my bicycle for local. And if I've got to go to somewhere like Preston or Manchester, just jump on the train. It's so much cheaper.
Yeah.
How did an hour and 40 minutes go by already? This is crazy. We get in here doing this stuff and you don't even notice how much time's gone by.
Oh, I noticed it earlier when it was like at 1:20.
I couldn't do that. If I sat down and tried to figure out what it cost me to have my truck a year, I'd probably burn the thing.
And that's just an average to what the statistics people say, you know.
We got I'm probably looking at insurance tags and everything, man. It probably cost me $1,400 a year just to have something to drive around. Then I got to put gas in that thing.
Yeah, but your
Yeah.
gas is so much cheaper. I can't believe how cheap your petrol
Ours
is.
is
It's
$1.89.
unreal. Yeah, that's for a gallon. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
right, right.
$1.89.
Work out what £5 is in dollars, and that it's about a $5 a gallon.
Mm.
So it's a lot more.
Hell yeah.
Marine diesel is tax free for some reason, but they put a dye in it. So if you're driving down the road and you see red smoke, a sort of like a pinky red smoke coming out the back of the exhaust pipe, and that's a criminal offence.
Ah, we got
And
several people around here like
That's
that.
how the hypos do it.
Yeah.
I wonder how they knew whenever you were running farm diesel in your truck. It doesn't black smoke; it pink smokes. Commie
Yeah.
bastard.
And it
yeah,
smells
they
like
put a dye in it.
fries.
Yeah, so the cops go, oh yeah, we can make some money out of you. Thanks very much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're wasting
No,
diesel.
they don't give you a fine here. You go to jail.
Oh no, they'd much rather take money out of you.
Yeah.
Well, you go to jail, and then
Then they
you
fine
have
you.
to pay.
And then they got to pay for being in jail.
Because there's only one place to get farm diesel and stuff, and if you can't show a record of all the farm diesel that you bought over whatever, they will charge you road tax all the way back on
£1.90 a gallon.
What you bought.
Mm-hmm.
A friend of mine, he did 5 years, man, because he ran out of diesel on the side of the road.
Yeah, damn, it looked like blood.
He took the hose out of the back, stuck it in the side of the one for the equipment, stuck it in his truck, and put 10 gallons of fuel in there so he could make it to the station. And they filled up, but when they got stopped for a hypo or whatever, and they checked something they put in there anyway, that dye showed up on the stick. They audited him, and 2 or 3 of the guys he had working for him were on a regular basis being too lazy, and they weren't able to track all the taxes on the equipment diesel. So you got 5 years, man. 5 years.
Our course will just dish out a hefty fine for that, and points on your license. I don't know what you have in America, but in England, you get points on your license for minor road for like speeding. Using your mobile phone, you get 6 points for that on your mobile phone.
Wow.
Good. Yeah, good. But you get, I think it's 12 points. And as soon as you get 12 points, automatic ban on your license for 2 years, I think. But they'd much rather make money out of you than send you to jail. It costs £400 a week to house a prisoner.
Well, but here the counties and stuff, because they get paid for housing prisoners. They get federal money and state money.
We have that here in Versailles because it's county seat, and they have a special ward for illegal immigrants. I'm like, here in Versailles? What?
I'm sorry, I know this is insensitive and politically incorrect and everything, but got no use for illegals. Got none. I got no sympathy for them. Nothing.
Oh, that reminds me of a joke I heard earlier today. Have you noticed that Mexico never has an Olympic team? You know, that's because that anybody that can run, swim, or jump are already here.
There you go. I guess we know how athletic Aid is. He's not over here yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need an airplane. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, just get a kayak, a one-man kayak, and just try and paddle over the Atlantic.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna make it. It doesn't matter if I'm as big as Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm not gonna make it.
Just to get you Get you a 24-foot. What are them? What are they called? The center console boats that they use for fishing. Anyway, and then just follow the coast around. Go to, what is it, Iceland, and then sneak over from Iceland to Greenland, and go around the coast, and go over to Canada, swing around Maine,
Yeah,
come down the coast. I'll pick you up in Florida.
That'll take me like 3 years. I mean, I could
It's
walk
a
across. I could
sightseeing
walk
thing,
across
man.
Europe all the way across, or I could cycle. I get to France,
Everybody on
cycle
YouTube
all the
would
way
be
to
going, where'd
Russia,
Ed go?
and there's a 26-mile gap in between Russia and Alaska, and I could maybe wait till it freezes over and then go across. That'll take me a couple of years. Yeah, easy.
Them polar bears see your limey butt trying to cross that strait, they're gonna chow down and you'll be like, ooh, he's gonna taste just like mutton. Yeah, get up, them a corn fed.
Yeah, look at those arms on that guy.
plenty of flare guns and CS gas. That should be all right.
Yeah.
If he did that, he'd find some Inuit gal up in Alaska or whatever. They'd knock together an igloo or whatever, and they just hang out. You just go salmon fishing and wrestle grizzly bears. We'd never see them down here.
You'd have to put it on YouTube, dude.
Just live stream it.
Just fly over.
It's constant 24-hour live stream.
Yeah, still paddling.
2 years.
Still paddling.
That's every time as he talks. Every couple of seconds, you see a shark fin go behind his boat. Still paddling. Don't plan on stopping.
You see sharks going around my canoe. That's serious view time, mate.
Yep.
Yeah. People are gonna want to watch that.
Yeah.
Just in case
I need to get one of those fake shark fins or whatever.
Yeah.
When I go to the lake, I'll put it behind me with a little rope, and as I'm paddling, it'll just be coming behind me.
Eaten by sharks whilst live streaming. I'm going to get millions of views. Unfortunately, I'll be dead.
I wish it was going good, Beaumont, but we could not find suitable financing for the property, and we had to release the contract. So, not getting the west compound yet. That's what I get for counting my eggs before they were in the basket.
Oh, I sent $5 for you.
Yeah, I appreciate everybody that sent. And I got 2 or 3 people that are telling me not to close it, to leave it open. I don't know. It seemed okay when we were trying to get this specific one or whatever, but
yeah, but it's not like it's not like giving up, is it, Wes? You're still going to do something. So if you leave it open and let it build up slowly, when it happens, you've got a bit extra there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm actually thinking about calling a guy that it's further east in Oklahoma than we really wanted to be, because it puts us about 4 hours from Bear and them, which is okay, but it still puts us like, it puts us about 4.5 hours from Chipper, further west, I mean. But as far as I'm going to teach you how to do bushcrafting stuff or whatever, or we're going to build shelters and we're going to have campouts and we're going to go fishing and we're going to go boating and stuff. There's another property that was way better. It had limited building stuff, and
be right back.
But I would honestly, I would love to have that piece of property. I mean, one of the first things I would have to do is build a bridge, but I may do a meet and greet thing in Beaumont. Where are you at from again? You're up in like nude hamsters or something like that, ain't you? You've told me before. I know I got a terrible memory. I have a memory like a steel trap with the lid gone. Anyway, I would like to do one. I'm actually trying to get access to 300 acres, and if I can get that, I could do it here in this part of the world. But
Right.
we're not going
Is North Texas like South Oklahoma?
north. Depend. See,
Is the terrain the same, or does it like change at the border?
no, the border doesn't really change anything. There's a river that
Right.
runs through it, but the panhandle of Texas and the panhandle of Oklahoma, same country. Can't tell any difference. What I consider North Texas is the area from the panhandle to the Dallas-Fort Worth area, straight up through there. Once you get to Fort Worth, you're in East Texas. That's not North Texas. Okay? That's East Texas. The North Texas is the part up there where that government, Lorenzo, Floydada, Paducah, all that stuff is. And it's different. I kind of like it, but it's still broken plains and scrub, a few trees here and there and stuff. But it's a real arid, semi-arid part of the state. And then you come down probably, I don't know, the land changes again right about Garza County. And then you go down to halfway to Big Springs, and then it changes again. And then from Big Springs to halfway to I-10, it changes again. And then you get south I-10, it changes again. None of the terrain, I can literally, in 4 hours, I can go from sand dunes to scrub oak, cedar forest, rivers and broadleaf trees, to pine forests and mountains, and never leave the state. And then from it's crazy. Texas has got everything. It's got swamp, it's got rivers, it's got bayous, it's got the ocean, it's got sandy beaches, it's got literally grassy plains that you can look across for hours. You can literally watch a cow walk up to you for a day. I've lived here most of my life, and I haven't seen everything there is to see in this state.
Oh, your state's bigger than some countries, mate.
Yeah.
It used to be bigger when it was a country. Everybody's always talking about Colorado and stuff like that and how pretty it is right there. The part of Colorado that's pretty used to be Texas.
Yeah.
They see these movies about Wyoming and stuff, and they're like, "Where are you from?" "I'm up from Texas." Dude, that's just like 20 miles that way.
I'll see you, Rachel.
Good night, Rachel.
Night, Rachel. Bye, Lance. Give your mom another hug and stuff, and ask her for chocolate. Where's that one place, the 4-6's Ranch? They still got that freight yard right on the highway. That was a pretty cool Kodak moment. We have a place where a traveling circus built a town where they could winter. And it's
That'd be-
falling apart. I would love to be able to buy that piece of property.
They practically did that in the town I live in. There's a theme park, the origins of that is from a circus.
Oh.
Well, you get over to Monday and stuff like that, and there's literally marshes all over the place. And you're like, where are all these marshes coming from? And this is farmland. One side is planted in cotton, and then you've got corn and wheat and milo and all that stuff, and then over here nobody's planting anything because it's standing in water. I mean, it's Texas is an amazing place.
Oh,
But-
no.
Okay, well, where now I got to drive over there and check and see what that place is. But Texas is getting too blue. The end. It's I was hoping we would get go back to constitutional carry and stuff, but I don't think we're ever going to get to. So I don't know, we might after this election, but we're going to have to change. We're going to have to change a lot of stuff. There's going to have to be so many changes made. And one of the biggest issues we have is there's so many people from the blue states moving here to the big cities. The big cities are overpowering the rural areas in voting power. I mean, there's a lot of people that live in Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, Houston, and San Antonio that aren't from Texas. They moved here for the money,
Yeah, Austin is very socialist, isn't it?
and they brought their political ideology with them from the states that failed. They brought them with them. It doesn't work that way. You know, you can't move to a new place and make that place like all these people fleeing the Middle East and Asia and the southern part of the continent, coming up here and trying to make this like the place they come from. They want all the benefits of here, but they don't want any of the responsibilities and duties. And it doesn't work that way. I mean, you wind up in the same mess you ran from, for crying out loud.
And they're just going to try it again. Oh, we'll do it better this time. No, it won't work.
Yeah, we have lost more produce this year. It's very disappointing. We lost all the potatoes. The sun's burning up my sweet potatoes. Ground squirrel, lizards that eat freaking tomatoes. Why do we have tomato eating lizards? When did they invent tomato eating lizards? I caught a rabbit eating. Oh, I guess they just want tomato juice. They don't really want to eat the tomato. They just want to drink the juice.
Yeah.
I wonder what, they're probably the ones that's messing up my agave plant too. They probably brewing tequila in the back and coming over there and drinking tequila and eating flipping tomatoes and then going home and sleeping. It's nuts. A silly little rabbit. I can't make up my mind to just leave him be or eat him. Caught him in the
He's
tomatoes
eating your crop,
twice.
Brad. Eat him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know what tomato-fed rabbit tastes like.
little ketchup. It's like ketchup
Ketchup.
on your rabbit.
Yeah.
Ketchup
Should
in
be
my
all right.
rabbit.
Yeah.
That we should. I guess I should have planted more devil's claws. They're doing okay. Fish nuts, but I say we just say screw it and go fishing.
Yeah. Oh.
I was hoping for an amen out of the other room. I didn't get one.
Yeah. Amen to
So,
that. Yeah. Oh, you meant from your end.
yeah, from
Your
my
side.
end.
Yeah.
What did you use?
Well, Curly's got to go stand outside his house and throw his line out. It's fish, isn't he? Kildy's got some cracking fish. He has. I've seen on his YouTube. He has got some. He's pulled some beauties out of there.
Oh yeah, some huge ones. I didn't really knew there. I didn't know there were spoonbill in this lake. You know, but man, they're fun to catch. They're seasonal though, from March 15th to April 31st. But
6
You know why
weeks.
they're hard to catch when they're little?
what?
They're spoonbills.
Oh yeah.
Because
Oh, I caught one little bitty
they've
one.
been spoon fed their whole life. Ha, ha, ha.
Oh, spoon fed their whole life. Yeah. Silly. Yeah, I caught a little one about the size of my arm, my forearm. That's all. And it was mostly nose. I mean, you got this little fish like this, and his nose is almost as long as his body. It was funny looking.
Yeah, you get a 3-foot long nose gar, and you've got like 18 inches of fish. The rest of it's tail and face.
Right. Yeah, tail and nose.
They take it though.
Yeah, I only went once this year. I don't know. Oh, I know why. I know why I didn't go on opening night. Opening night's usually the night to go because nobody's stirred the fish up yet. You know, they're all still laying there in schools all along the bottom. And you can go at midnight on April 15th. You know, on April 14th at midnight. You know, you can start snagging then, and you can catch your limit pretty fast. You only got two a day, but two at a time. I mean, but four in possession is what you got. But turn around, it was on Saturday night, and it's like I'm not going out at midnight on a Saturday night when you know everybody else is going to be out there. Yeah. Now during the week when everybody else still has to work on the 15th, I go out there and then it's not as bad. That one night it got so cold. I think there was only 3 boats out on the water that night.
Good night, Carol.
It only takes like 45 minutes to drive from where I put in at the boat ramp to the house, and my spoonbill had frozen solid that morning. It got down to 13 degrees that morning, and we was out snagging in it all night.
Let's put a jumper on.
That is.
Good night,
crazy.
Carol.
Good night, Carol.
Let's see. West going fishing in freezing temperatures.
We had one of those. I had a 20-pound propane bottle there, you know, barbecue grill bottle with one of those Mr. Buddies, the big buddies that has the double burners on it. I had that right in the middle of the boat and my lantern going, and I could feel almost as much heat off that lantern as I could the heater, because you know, just trolling at idle speed, that heat was coming into our faces to where we could feel it. But the eyelets on those big old snagging poles are a good inch, you know, round, and they filled in with water and they froze, and I had to I had to poke the ice out of it before I could reel the line in. It was crazy.
That's one word for it. Crazy.
Yeah, it was
Uh,
crazy.
I mean, I like fishing and stuff like that, but that's why God made the springtime.
Good night, Mrs. West.
Maybe she's serious about going fishing. Maybe she's going to take me up on it. So yeah, it is. It's almost midnight here. I don't know what time of day it is where y'all are at.
11:41.
20 to 6.
20 till midnight.
So I'm gonna not petting you.
Hey, you still on Central Time, West?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I mean,
You're
it's
11:40.
11:42.
Yeah, you're Central Time.
What, Sadie? What? What do you
Yeah,
want?
I'm on British summertime for a bit, then it goes back to GMT.
Well, I got to get up in the morning and make fun of the Woodbeard, I think. Either that or I'm going to get up in the morning and go fishing, or get up in the morning and work in the yard, or get up in the morning and make a whack video about Woodbeard. So, can't make my mind. I need to quit being lazy and sit down and go through all this stinking thumb drives and finish these videos.
Everyone was out at camp.
Well, I mean, I've got
I need to do that MRE
hours and hours.
MRE video. Number 24. I've got to go and do that number 24 US MRE.
Are you gonna do the 24?
Yeah,
Cool.
that's what everybody wanted. So that's what I'm going to do.
Cool.
The Corsair did the hot dogs or whatever, and he was not enjoying them, man. You can see that. We did the tactical MRE eating.
Yeah, I enjoy videos.
What do you call it? Tactical tomato eating lizard video. How to tactically eat a tomato stealing lizard.
Would that be garnishment? Garnishment, let him eat the tomatoes, then eat the lizard. Would that be like tomatoes on a cheeseburger, but on the inside? But on the inside.
Yeah.
Tomato
stuffed lizard. Do it yourself. Tomato stuffed lizard.
Yeah,
that's good.
I think all the stuff on the inside of the lizard is going to come out. I don't think they're going to, because I've seen what comes out the south end of the lizard. They leave little pellets all over the place. I'm not eating that. So yeah, all that's going somewhere else.
Well, that means you got to squeeze the shit out of it before.
Yeah, but the contents of the stomach will just be pure tomato, won't it?
Yeah.
We got two the Texas horned lizards here that they're gigantic, man. They each have their own anthill that they live at, and we don't kill the anthill. That anthill's been there so long. I would really like to see how big it is
underground. Oh yeah.
I mean, it's been going it was there when we moved in. So, and they're harvester ants, which means they have a farm down there. It just, I would, but I don't want to kill them.
Yeah.
It swarmed the other day.
Oh, did they?
You would not believe. I mean, the sky was flipping pink with ants.
You can get little micro cameras that actually go into your phone. I've been looking at them on eBay. You can just put one down the hole.
Yeah.
Well, this thing underground, it's probably, if you knew from the outside of the furthest chambers, either direction, that thing is probably 40 or 50 foot across. And it's going to be at least 15 or 20 feet in the ground.
Oh yeah.
I'm not getting the camera all the way in there. It's just not going to happen. And they literally, when it gets too hot, they'll plug the opening to their
Mount.
hole, and they'll stay down in the ground for days. They don't come out. It's the weirdest thing ever. And then they'll open up the hole and they'll start
Good night,
bringing dead
DuPont.
ants out.
Do mount. Good night.
Yeah, I'll be streaming again too. Well, I'll probably be on tomorrow night, but it'll be
Yeah.
on the channel.
Right,
Yeah.
right, C103. Okay, right. On someone's channel in the community section, ages ago, it was actually a picture of a guy who converted a lawnmower into a car, but it was into a little mobile vehicle. But the photograph was taken in front of a shop, and they were selling Marlboro for $5.60 a packet or something. $6.80 a packet. That's it. $6.80 a packet, which is about a fiver. A packet of Marlboro in England is about £11, which is what, $15, $13.
Wow.
Yeah. Your cigarettes are so much cheaper, and your rolling tobacco is just unbelievably cheap.
Right.
That's crazy.
A 2 ounce block of tobacco in England is about 16 to 20 pounds, depending on brand. Right, I've seen some American brands, 2 ounces, 50 grams, for about $6-7. So that's what I would smoke when I come to the States. You'll see me hand rolling. It's like it's a big block of tobacco for like £4 or £5. That'll do me nice. We get a 75% tax.
16 ounces of tobacco for like $20 here. It's
Right,
like
I'd buy that. I'd buy that that pack.
He's gonna buy a case.
I'd buy a case. That's my whole trip.
Yeah,
it's like
I buy them all.
It's like 2.5 cartons of cigarettes. If we do it like that, we can buy 3 cartons of cigarettes for the price of 1 carton of cigarettes. So, how we want to do this again?
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
And we bought the machine. The machine was only like $18. We don't even have to hand roll them. It does it for us.
Cool.
Like totally laziness, man.
Yeah, just roll like that. Roll.
Yeah.
That easy.
Just stick the tobacco in there and pull a lever. They have one where you just put the tobacco in there and just push a button and it poops out a cigarette. Yeah, well,
I've seen the electric ones. They're very expensive over here, though. It does it all for you. You put your cigarette papers in one end, your tobacco, press the button, and it just knocks them out one at a time. Cost a fortune. It's like a small factory one.
T-Boy, he gets over here. We're not going to let him go back home. I don't know. He ain't got to pick his stuff his pockets. He thinks he's coming over here to visit. We're going to
kidnap him.
We're going to put him in, what do you call that?
Shanghai.
One of those locator deals on his ankle or whatever. If he gets 50 foot off shore or whatever, it'll blow his foot off.
Oh, yeah.
Go anywhere he wants with the United States, but if he tries to leave the borders of North America, explodes.
Oh dear, that sounds so awful. What will I do?
Guess I'll just
It's not
stay
like
here.
it's not like we're actually
Oh no,
kidnapping him.
I've
Or
been shanghaied.
Yeah.
Help, help, I've been shanghaied. Try to be quieter. Okay, I put my hands in my mouth. Oh,
What?
I've been kidnapped. I've been kidnapped.
Nope, just joking. Yeah. No, we'll just get you married.
Oh, the green card. Yeah. Yeah, move to Virginia. That's where that's where your best tobacco comes from, Virginia, apparently.
How are you at catching lizards and picking tomatoes?
Oh my.
I'm going to be in
always
front
wanted
of
me.
I'll just be on YouTube all the time, won't I? All the time, non-stop.
Yeah. Aid in the USA.
You know what? There is the catch for the fundraiser to get his butt over here. Aid in the USA.
Yeah.
Aid in the USA. There you go.
Everybody going, oh yeah, let's donate that. It's somebody in the yeah.
First video with me in Dallas Airport going, yeah, I'm here.
That's somebody needs to do. I guess I could do a GoFundMe for him, but then I'd be all upset because everybody wants aid over here. Nobody cares if I have a farm or not.
That'd be awful, wouldn't it? Yeah, just change it. I know. Why is it going up so much? That's nice, isn't it?
Oh, thanks. I appreciate all your money.
Yeah.
That would be messed up. I wouldn't do that. But, apparently, the thought would cross my mind, though. I feel like a very bad person right now.
Jealousy.
I'd pay him back in.
I found out, by the way, it doesn't take 8 weeks to get my visa. I can actually do it online. I don't have to trolley down to London twice anymore to the US Embassy. I can do it all online. It takes about 2 weeks, apparently.
Cool. Well, good luck.
I guess I'll just have to open up a what do you call it? A bivocational church. It can be a bar during the week, and then it'll be church on Saturday and Sunday.
We thought of that too.
I'll get you a work visa for being my bouncer during the week,
Yeah.
and altar boy on the weekends. I'll get you a room above the baptismal or underneath it, wherever.
No, when we was drinking, because we used to talk about that too when we was drinking, because the church don't have to pay taxes. So we sitting there and made a joke and said, "Yeah, welcome to the Church of the Open Bottle." Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I don't know if I would try to get my my tax exempt or not, because I'm sorry, the Bible says, "Give unto Caesar's what Caesar's due." So,
yeah, what is Caesar's? Yeah.
and you want to do money, you want to do business with money, then taxes are due on money. So all that does, it saves the church a lot of money in taxes and stuff, but the pastors and everything, the pastors and the administration, God's horrible for their retirement. They have nothing. They can a pastor can spend his entire life. He can spend 50, 60 years in the pulpit, and then when he retires, he's literally a panhandler the rest of his life. Because if he doesn't get lucky and get a big church that gives him a good salary, and he's able to put away, $700,000 or $800,000 to live off of, he's done for. And he doesn't get Medicaid, nothing. So
right. That's what the mom's old church was worried about, because he ended up he did a missionary down in Mexico, and he come back and he ended up with a blood infection, and well, he almost died, but they don't have insurance,
Yep.
and the church The church just barely pays, enough for him to get by and for his rent and his utilities. And that's about it. But yeah, they don't get paid nothing really for what they do.
The last paid pastor job I had, I got paid $246 a month.
Ooh,
Uh,
Partyville.
yep. Um, the that was more than I asked for, though. They were trying to do it a week, but they realized that me signing the check and dropping it in the offering plate was a waste of their time. So,
Yeah.
as I had a bigger job, so I didn't need them to pay me. I mean, it's not like I was up at the church keeping the office open and stuff like that.
Right.
If you're going to do that, I can see but if you're not, if that church office isn't open, at least Wednesday or Tuesday through Friday, and then the church is open on whatever Sunday, then there's something going on. Because you can write your sermons and stuff while you're at church, and that way you're available for counseling, and people don't have to track you down, and people don't go to an appointment and sit outside your office for 2.5 hours while you're at home watching the football game and stuff like that, because you forgot. But
So
that wasn't me. That was, one side of it was me, and didn't go to that church much longer.
So if both people turn up for the wedding and the pastor doesn't, is that still classed as jilting?
Actually, biblically, there's no pastor needed to get married. There's no when the bride is given to the husband and the husband takes her, that's it. That's before God married. But I'm not going to try to get into the past.
But what does your state law say?
Well, state law says you got to have a contract, and you got to have a licensed minister or a judge or a justice of the peace or a boat captain, I think, can do it.
Right.
You may be able to, any officer may be able to do it. I don't know. I have to check on that. But that has more to do with taxes than anything else.
Yeah, it's about money.
Anyway, you guys got anything y'all want to say to all 4 people that are in here? Oh, this guy comes in and I'm fixing to get out of here. Hello, Andre.
Hey, Andre. Where are you from? I'm from Missouri, Lake of the Ozarks.
I'm from the United Kingdom.
I'm from the country of Texas.
You're from what?
The country of Texas, the great independent Republic of Texas. Not so much. I'm in the state of Texas, which is in a state of decay.
Well,
Not as bad as.
I'm at the lake where the Redneck Yacht Club song was made up at.
Redneck Yacht Club?
Mm-hmm.
Brazil.
Wow, they're from Brazil.
Cool. That'd be cool. I'd like to go fishing in Brazil. I really would. I'd like, as soon as they get their country put back together and everything levels out, I'd like to go.
Yes, but T-Ball, you have the best leather craft company in the world based in Ohio. The leather crafting company you've got in your state surpasses every single other one in the world.
Now, which one
Hands
is it?
down. Weaver Leathercraft.
Okay.
Absolutely fantastic. They've got a YouTube channel as well.
Yeah.
If you're into leather work, I would seriously consider subscribing to it and watch the Leather Element. Fantastic. The guy's called Chuck Dawson.
Hey, Chuck.
That's the one, Chuck Dawson.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, professional. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's a bit wound up. He always acts like he's got too much coffee, but that's just the way he is.
Yeah, it does seem a little pepped.
Yeah, he's hi, it's Chuck at Weaver's Leathers. How's it going?
That's
This
the
is
one, yeah.
Tech Tips today. I love watching this
Anyway,
stuff.
folks, it's 12:01. We've been on here for 2 hours and 27 minutes, and I'm going to call
Certainly
it a
have.
night.
All right.
Thank all you people for coming by and everything. Aid, you tell your loving public anything?
Thanks for watching, guys, and thanks for putting up with my English accent.
Yep.
No. Okay. You Missouri dude. Missourian.
Missouri.
Missourian. Yeah, show us something. No, don't show us anything. Anyway, you got anything to say, Killdeer?
God bless y'all. Thanks for hanging out with us. Good night.
Y'all, thank you two guys for
Mm-hmm.
coming in and making the chat so enjoyable and stuff. Y'all come back tomorrow night. It'll be on the other channel, the big one. And
Yeah.
if I have actually something to talk about.
I'm getting used to my face being in front of the camera, which is good, because I really should start doing some videos with my face in it, really.
What's really hard for me is getting used to my voice. Yeah. That's what's like, what? Do I really sound like that?
I've got my phone set up like this. And then behind that, I've got my PSN on. So I can see you twice. I can see you twice, Wes, and I'm looking at myself as well, which is like kind of weird. So I can see the side chat.
Yeah, I got my phone right here in front of the laptop.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing.
I
got it on 32-inch screen.
Now maybe
that's why there's 4 of us.
I've been using up hours like crazy. If I've got enough time, I'll StreamYard. If not, I'll have to go live off my phone. So we'll get off here so I don't use up any more time.
Okay.
Anyway, God bless all you people.
God
Y'all
bless
stay
you.
alive. I'm pointing at the
guys.
camera stuff.
Stay safe and stay healthy, guys. Yeah.
Yep. You
God
too.
bless y'all. I stay alive. Don't die. Don't be jealous of my hat. All that good stuff.
Yep.
Oh, there we
Later.
go. He's got to get him a hat. Huh?
I need a hat. I'll have one for tomorrow night.
There we go.